All right, guys, we're gonna try something new, something that I've been wanting to experiment with. We're calling this the off-grid SITREP. So in the military, you do SITREPs, situational reports for commanders, and you tell them about things that are going on with the mission, your equipment, your personnel. And I thought, you know what, when I'm at camp, just chilling, and we finished the day, how cool would it be to do an off-grid SITREP with you guys and report to you about how things went? Still gonna do, some cool videos along the way, but I'm thinking about when I go up to Tuktoyaktuk or when I go down to Cabo San Lucas, I'm gonna be on the trail and on the road for a lot. And maybe just every night at camp, I can spend 20 or 30 minutes and just talk with you about how the day is. And that way you kind of have an idea of what's to come in the bigger video. Now, I'm not filming this adventure. I'm here with some friends that are filming this adventure, and I will introduce you and show you them. You're gonna recognize most of them. I'm just kind of leading the trip, and it's been fun. It's been awesome today. And so let me give you kind of the SITREP. So we are in Southern California. We're in the desert, obviously. It's about 68 degrees. It's raining at the moment. There is a slight drizzle. In San Diego, in the west coast of California, they're getting hammered with rain. We're supposed to get like 3 inches of rain over the next couple days. So we knew it was gonna rain a little bit on this trip, and we expected to get some drizzle. So we've kind of planned for this, but at least it's warm. It's not super cold. We have 5 vehicles, because somebody showed up late. 5 vehicles. All vehicles performed well today, and we found a really good camp spot. But there's something that was a little bit disappointing here at this camp spot that I'll talk about. Now, how did our day start? Well, we met up this morning at 9 o'clock, all of us, and we met at this gas station. It's a good meetup spot, but when we got there, there was like 70 Jeeps out in front. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? So the San Diego Jeep Club had a run today, and they just happened to be meeting at the same spot at the same time that we met. So I got to see a ton of guys and gals from the San Diego Jeep Club. So a big shout out to you guys. It was great to see so many of you. I wish we could have hung out with you more, but we already had a commitment to go do the run we were doing, and they already had a route that they were gonna go do. So we did cross paths later in the day, but it was a lot of fun. So we did a little driver's meeting. Everybody was super excited. I know, the anticipation is, you just can't wait to see who's here, right? We had a little driver's meeting, and then we hit the trail, and we've done we went and did a trail that I've taken you guys along on before over the years, and it's the Anza Batista Trail through the desert, and we went and showed them those fossilized oysters that I've showed you in the past, and we went to a couple other little stops along the way. They are filming video, so you'll get to go see that and check out everything that happened. It was a great day getting here. And then we came up here looking for camp, and of course this weather is a concern, right? Because anytime you have rain in the mountains or rain in the desert, you've got to be careful where you decide to camp. And so I had this spot in mind. It's a good spot because, one, it's just a beautiful camp spot. I mean, look at these big massive rocks behind me. Are these not cool? I mean, it's almost got a little bit of Alabama Hills vibe, but you've got some really soft sand here, and there's plenty of space for a lot of vehicles. The other good thing is we are up high, right? So we're not down low in some kind of sandy wash, because when it rains, and it's starting to pick up, can you guys, I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but the rain's starting to pick up a little bit. But when it rains, you have to be mindful of flash floods. I've been in the desert in flash flood situations, not in a flash flood, but I've seen them, and it's definitely something that you have to be mindful of. So we got to this camp spot. We walked probably several hundred yards all around just to make sure that we felt like we were in a good spot. And I think we all agree we're going to be totally fine. Even if we get a massive downpour, this is not an area that we're concerned about. So we got here, set up camp roughly around 3 o'clock. We got here pretty early, which was nice, just to kind of chill. Everybody has set up, and I think there's some dinner starting to happen. Now, Regina did not. I'm going to go under the awning because it's starting to get a little wet. Yeah, now you can probably hear the rain. So Regina was supposed to come on this trip, and she was just really not feeling well last night, and got up this morning, and she's just, you could just tell that she just wasn't ready, especially on a rainy night like this. This is the last place she needs to be, so she did not come. She's super bummed because she really was excited to come say hello to an old friend out here. So I am by myself. So I drove Doc, Gladiator, and I have the Patriot Campers X3 trailer, and I have a bunch of food with no recipe that she was gonna cook, and well, I'm gonna probably figure out how to cook something tonight. That's chicken chili. I probably can wing my way through it. She's also gonna make some cornbread in the Omnia oven. I don't know if I'm gonna be that ambitious, but I will give the chicken chili a try, I think. But there's already gonna be some other meals happening here behind me. So that's current situation. But I got her set up, awning set up. It's raining. Let's walk over to this other campsite and say hello. You might recognize these guys.
Oh, hey. Beautiful day in Ansa. How's it going, brother?
Good, buddy. Hang on. Let me take this off of this. All right, I'm playing with a new camera, guys. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. Hey, we're doing this is how this is gonna go. It's gonna be a little raw.
That's pretty cool.
This is Marco, Overland X. If you've never seen him on the channel, where have you been?
I know, exactly.
Yeah. Buddy, what a great day.
Dude, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
It's fun.
But what was beautiful.
Beautiful,
I mean,
yeah.
we had the clouds all day. Now we got a little bit of rain, but I think we're going to be fine.
It'll be fine. The weather is perfect.
Yeah.
It's in the 70s.
Yeah.
It's
Probably high 60s or whatever, but it's not supposed to be cold tonight, which is going to be nice. I haven't told them who's with us yet, so don't mention anything about that. But it was we had a lot of fun with them. Yes,
Oh, yeah,
it was a
absolutely.
great time.
And it's not the first time.
And it's not the first time. No, not at all. Okay. You drove 392.
Yes.
And you're towing.
The X1 Gen 2.
And you're loving it.
I'm freaking loving it.
Yeah. It's a great setup, especially. And your wife is here with you.
My wife is here. Paula and David are here.
Yeah, Paula and David are Marco's daughter and now son-in-law officially. Because they just got married. We're at their wedding. Had an amazing wedding. Yeah, they've been together for eternity, right? Like
11 years.
11 years. Yeah. So, okay. What's new with the Jeep or trailer? Anything special?
With the Jeep, the new suspension, you know that.
Yeah.
I got the steer smarts, which I'm loving it.
Oh, you upgraded your steering. Yeah.
It feels so solid.
Yeah.
And I got that. And with the trailer, well, it's got everything.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
know.
talk to me. Can we take a look at the? Here, I'm gonna just flip this around. Let's just do this. This will be easier. 1, 2, 3. All right. Talk to me about that paper towel holder. What is that?
This is made by Expedition Essentials.
Yeah.
It was given to me by a friend.
Okay.
He just gave it to me because he saw me trying to figure out the...
Is this a magnet or what is it?
Magnet.
Oh.
And I didn't know that the Dometic was magnetic, so I got...
Just pull right off.
This thing's from Easy Supply.
Wow.
Put my oil there.
Okay.
And also this thing. This is pretty awesome.
I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. I want to talk about something that I just talked about in my video recently about my 392 and all the challenges I've had. Wow, this plant just grabbed my leg. That thing is nasty. It's got some serious thorns. Okay, you know that I've had challenges with my 392, and you haven't had any.
I wrote to you. What did I say?
yeah, like mine must be possessed or something.
Said, brother, you need to listen to him and just comprehend the guy and then fix it.
Yeah.
I haven't had any problem.
How many miles on yours now?
55,000.
55,000.
You know, small stuff like when we were coming down the hill and it shuts off.
Oh, that's right. You have had the fuel issue, but you haven't had any issues with transfer case, lockers, none of that stuff.
Not at all. It's just small stuff that happens because of the upgrades. And,
right.
You know, but other than that, it's
doing well for you. Yeah. Well, I'm glad one of us is having a good time with the 392. Okay. Who's sleeping over there? Anza or Sedona?
That's Sedona. Anza. That's
So they have 2 dogs, guys. I said Paula and David have 2 dogs, and they look very similar. Gorgeous dogs, well-behaved dogs. All right. What's for dinner, buddy? What are you cooking? You know we're cooking up
Last
something
time
good.
my wife and I, we made some birria.
Okay.
But it's not exactly like birria.
Yeah.
It's basically that, but it's a little different.
Explain what birria is.
Well, birria, it's made out of beef.
Yeah.
And you cook the beef for 4 hours and until it gets super tender.
Yeah.
And then you make a salsa with guajillo, the dried chiles, guajillo, and other ingredients. And this turned out really good. And birria, you can make it out of goat, lamb, beef.
Yeah. You've never made goat at camp?
No.
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 That would be interesting to try. Yeah, you have made lamb. You have made lamb. So, okay, so what do you got going on over here?
I'm just heating it up.
You're just, okay.
Because it takes 4 hours to make it, so it's in the freezer.
Okay, all right. Oh, so you pre-made it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
and
good idea.
we're gonna have it as soup.
Okay.
Put some garbanzo beans in there.
Okay.
And yeah, it tastes really
Okay,
good.
and just wrap it up in a tortilla with a little, what do you got, some veggies
If you want to make tacos, you can make tacos or eat it as a soup.
Okay.
As a stew.
Awesome. All right. We're going to go walk around and say hello to everybody else.
Absolutely, man.
I'm glad you're here, buddy. Can't wait to see.
Happy to be here, man.
All right, guys. Let's I apologize. I'm going to have to get used to this camera. This is a new camera for me, but I think this is the right camera for this. All right, now we're going to take a peek at Paula and David's setup. So I mentioned that they just recently got married. They've been together forever. You've probably seen them on the channel before. But let me show you their camp setup and we'll say hello really quick. So, gazelle tent, ground tent. Paula, no more rooftop tent.
No.
You like the ground tent?
Actually, I do.
Yeah. It's nice to kind of take the weight off the vehicle, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier with the dogs.
Yeah. Can we peek in and see the
Yeah.
dogs? What? This is where
That's their setup.
two large, they're Malinois. Malinois. So they got this all to themselves. And how old are they now?
They're about to be 4.
About to be 4. Yeah. Such well-behaved dogs. How's married life?
Great.
You guys have been together. How long have you been together?
A decade.
A decade.
Literally. A decade in last November.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you made it out. So they arrived a little late, so you found us, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no problem. All right, we're gonna walk over here, guys, and we're gonna go say hello to the Epic family road trip. They are here in Southern California. They were in Arizona for a while, doing some adventures there, and they came out here, and of course, we had to connect with them. So what's really cool is they've got a new vehicle, and this truck is incredible. It's a full-size vehicle, but it's extremely capable. Watching it on the trail today was really fun to watch. It's on 37-inch tires. Yeah, how about I just flip the camera around and you can look at it instead of me talking about it? Let's do that. 2, 3, yep, there we go. All right, so this is it. This is, I'm probably not gonna say it right, but it's a Rossmonster. It's a big Ford Super Duty F350, and it's got this massive camper on the back. And the top of the camper is really cool. This raises and lowers. So when they're driving, they've got a low profile. And then when they get to camp, he said it's like 16 seconds and that thing raises up. And just look at all that ground clearance you got on this thing. And what's cool is you got a 6.7 liter Power Stroke in there, and it's a Ford. So doing service, maintenance, parts on this, no problem. The big old bumper and winch. It's got a pass-through, so in the cab they can pass through in there. And then you've got they got an awning, a door, and then let's peek in. I told Peter we were going to come bug him, so look at the floor. Just a beautiful floor in here, really clean and nice. Look at this. And then there's Peter. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm just working on the computer here a bit before dinner.
Yep. So they're on the road full time, and so he does something that I don't do, and that's edit while they're on the go, which is that's a difficult task.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah.
But you know, in this rig we have all the comforts at home.
Right.
This feels like an office. You know, I can raise and lower the table.
Yeah. I mean, guys, look at the light he's got in here, the space, the comfort, and you guys have had this for how long now?
2.5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still working it in.
Yeah.
Carol's hanging up pictures
Right.
just recently.
Making it feel like home.
That's right.
Yeah. And then you've got all these cabinets here. I'll just give you guys a little look around. All these cabinets up here. And there's a shower. Is there a toilet in there, I
Shower and
imagine?
toilet,
Yeah. And then you got, is this a, what size bed over
It's
here?
a queen, a
It's a
full queen.
Full queen.
Yeah.
And then there's your pass through here that goes into the cab.
This is a sink.
My shoes are dirty, so I'm reaching. So there's their sink. Very nice.
Yeah.
So
And then 30 gallons of water.
30 gallons of water, and then double
That's-
induction.
Right.
So no propane.
No propane. Yeah.
How much battery power is on this guy?
There's 600 amp hours.
Ooh, that's a lot. And what about solar on the roof?
600 watts up there.
600 watts.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, and then we've got these dual fans front and back, so you can, if you are cooking a meal, you can push down with that air and up with this
Okay.
air.
And you have the Dometic air conditioner?
Dometic AC.
Okay, very nice.
There's dual heaters in here. The Aqua Hot, which heats the water,
Okay,
so you can have a hot shower,
Yeah.
hot dishes,
of course.
and it heats the cab. But also we have a backup Webasto.
Yeah.
You never know when
No.
you need the extra heat.
Yeah, well, you guys are going to some cold places.
Yeah.
Although you're going to go to some warm places here soon, hopefully, yes?
Yeah. A good mix of both.
Yeah. Well, this is a beautiful, beautiful setup. Here's his their little control panel right there,
Yeah.
guys. Just look at the storage, and I imagine there's storage under the bench seats too. Yeah.
Yeah, there's storage. Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah.
There's all these drawers and cabinets.
It's well lit. You got all the lighting underneath the cabinets
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh, so good.
It can all be dimmed, and
Yeah.
I mean, not even all the lights are on. They
Yeah.
can be, but yeah.
Okay, so you have been to this area before, but you never been to the trails we went to today.
That's right.
What'd you think?
That was really cool. Yeah, and first time with a truck.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a bigger vehicle, obviously, than a Jeep. You know, now that I look back, Jeeps are incredibly nimble. I always say to my sons who are in the Jeep, it's like you're on a side-by-side or something.
Right.
But that being said, I was really impressed with how this handled everything today.
Yeah.
And, it's a great 4x4, platform to
Yeah.
have this camper on. You don't even know the camper's on behind you. It's
Yeah.
really neat.
Yeah.
I've been really impressed with it. But yeah, that driving along the bottom of the ocean all day was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It's a stark contrast to where we're at the moment, like
Yeah.
because it was just so barren out there.
right.
Yeah.
Not a living plant.
No, it was crazy. Yeah, but you guys were filming, so if these guys want to go
Yeah.
see the video, Epic
Yeah.
Family Road Trip guys, you'll be able to see that adventure. I didn't film today. I'm sorry. You guys will have to live without it.
Yeah,
But
we'll put up a video of that. It's a pretty neat
awesome.
adventure.
Well, thanks for letting me bug you while you're editing and
No
taking a
worries.
look at your awesome camper. What do you think, guys? That's pretty cool, right? I think it's really cool. Peter's back here. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
How are you?
Very good.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
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 You were just
Traveling.
really far overseas.
Mhm.
Where were you?
Africa,
Africa.
South Africa, Namibia, and Botswana.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It-
Spent 63 days there, and I would go back in a heartbeat.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
probably tough to come home.
It was actually. It's funny because that was one of my first solo trips. I was completely like without Dan, without Caroline. We went
Yeah.
with the XO crew, filming one of their expeditions. But that was my first time completely on my own.
Yeah.
And you would think like there'd be some trouble with that, but it was so amazing. I didn't even think about it once, which might sound harsh, but it's actually just one of the most beautiful places on earth, and especially for overlanders, it's
Yeah.
got so much to offer.
Yeah. Is there a single favorite thing of the entire trip that stands out? Are you allowed to share that yet? Because the videos haven't been released.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
No, they're going to be getting released fairly soon.
Yeah.
Probably in February. But my favorite thing is probably that, like most places, when you think of somewhere international or a third world country, especially, that's not technically correct to say, but a place like Africa can have a lot of anxiety built up thinking about traveling there. There's a lot of worries potentially. But getting there and having all of those kind of blown away, at least most of them,
Yeah.
like all these worries that you might have about traveling there, it was just amazing the whole time. The locals were super friendly, super helpful.
Nice.
They showed us all around, and we had to have a lot more fun than I expected.
Dude, what a dream experience. I mean, that's an experience that most people in their lifetime will never get.
Right.
How incredible.
Yeah,
That's
I'm very
awesome.
thankful.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'm glad you're out here, dude. I'm looking forward to hearing more stories around the campfire tonight.
Yeah, I'm struggling to put this lens on. It's an old film camera, so
Just
I
don't get it
really know how
wet.
to do it, yeah.
Pretty cool, guys. So that's Pete. His brother Dan is running around here somewhere, and then Carol. Oh, there's Dan. There's Dan. Hey, Dan. And they are driving Worsley, the Jeep. Let's turn this around. So you've seen this Jeep probably before. You've seen it here on TrailRecon for sure, because we've filmed videos with them in the past, what they were driving this. It's a well-built Jeep. It's got the XL on it back, so it's got a fiberglass extension, which gives it extra storage, and they've got some seating in there, and it gives this whole rooftop access. So that's not a rooftop tent. It's all one big camper in there, which is pretty cool. But this is a great vehicle. It's been well used over the years. Dan, what's up? How you doing, buddy? How's the Jeep?
Oh, it's been amazing, even though it's only in two-wheel drive right now.
Yeah, I heard you were having some four-wheel drive challenges.
Yeah, I had an accident a couple months ago, and we have all the spare parts we need to fix it. We just haven't really had a chance to yet.
Yeah, so there's some barbed wire stuck in there.
Yeah, this is from the accident as well. It was on an icy road in North Dakota.
Okay.
And some guy passed me, slid into me, and then we just both went plowing through a barbed wire fence. So this is the result of that.
It's a little badge of honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point we might remove it, but kind of cool.
It's kind of good. It's a good story, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, other than that, though, the Jeep's been running totally fine on these trails.
Good.
So.
Well, what'd you think about the desert this morning?
Oh, it was beautiful. Especially that first spot we came through was like a moonscape. It looked like a different planet.
Different
we were
planet.
Through.
Yeah.
And then we obviously saw a whole bunch of really interesting things like the oysters and learning about all the history of this place.
A lot of history out
used
here.
to be an ocean is just
it's bizarre.
so hard to believe. But
Yeah. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here, dude. And I'm glad the Jeep is at least running. We'll try to keep you out of trouble tomorrow in two-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Now, I mentioned at the start of this that there's something that was a little disappointing about this campsite. So this is a campsite I've stayed at a few times over the years. It's a great spot. I love it. It's beautiful. It's quiet. We've got protection from the wind. We get here and somebody has, well, I'm just going to turn the camera around and show you. Somebody's had a party here, and they built this. I don't know if they built it here or they built it somewhere else. Yeah, the Pit Stop Bar. And they, fine. They came out here, they had a party, but they didn't clean up. They should have taken this with them, which is really disappointing. So you've got all this trash and wood all over the place. And then there's a trash can that they left. So what we're gonna do is Pete has a chainsaw. And so we're gonna cut it up and use it as firewood. Because this kind of stuff is the things that, it's what gets places like this closed down. And so we're gonna leave it better than we found it, guys. We're gonna haul this stuff away. I'm gonna burn what we can and do the right thing. So look, I know you guys aren't the ones that are guilty of stuff like this. It's the knuckleheads out there that just don't know any better and maybe just don't care. The challenge is when we do see stuff like this is we got to do something about it. So before we roll out tomorrow morning, that will look better than it did. That's the plan anyway. So we're gonna have a nice little campfire. Let me show you, they've got these. So in the desert out here, you have to have an above ground fire. So we're gonna have a campfire on there. So we're gonna burn a lot of wood on that. We'll see how that goes, but if not, we'll just take the rest out. But then Marco has one of these, and Pete and Carol have one of these, and these are aluminum, I don't know what they're called, but they're like a wind guard, but they also reflect the heat. So when you sit over here, all the heat from the fire gets pushed over this way, and it makes for a very, very warm campfire setting. I've used these in the past, they're really nice, but we've got two, which should keep us all really warm tonight. At least that's the plan. Okay. Situational report complete. What do you guys think? Is this something you'd like to do more of? Is there more information you'd like me to provide? You want to talk about something else? Let me know, guys, because what I'm thinking is when I start doing these really, really long trips, my trip to Canada, to Tuktoyaktuk, it's planning right now is going to be 27 days. I'm not like Pete. I'm probably not going to edit along the way, but what I can do is maybe some update videos like this. And then when I get home, I'll put the entire series together. I don't know. It's just a thought. You know, we do the coffee one takes and those are great, but this is a little more real. We're right here at camp, just having a good time. Just, you know, whether it's raining or snowing or sunny or whatever, it's the plan. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. You let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Make sure you check us out over at trailrecon.com. And until next time, safe travels.